One, two, three, and...
Here, you gotta get off the altar. Oh my goodness. Welcome to my channel. Oh no. Hello angels and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another home vlog today because, you know, in my spirit, I'm a homebody. It's true. You know, I live in a 400 square foot studio apartment, and it's not always great to be a homebody in this environment, but I want to be a homebody today because I have been on a writing streak. I have been writing a lot, like not only journaling a lot, but writing poetry again. And I took a little like 2-month break from writing anything at all after my album release, and I think it was much needed just for myself so I don't reach, you know, a level of burnout and then resent writing altogether. So I was just waiting for the inspiration to strike me, and it has, as of the past few weeks, I would say. So I'm going to just stay home today. I'm going to write. I'm going to snack. I'm going to hang out with my cats. And you know, it is a home vlog, but I might go to the park later, the park near my house, just because whenever I'm writing, whenever I'm trying to get creative ideas to flow to me, I do like to go to the park and ground and just be outside with the sunshine on my face. So this will be mostly a home vlog. Just does it for me, especially this time of year. It's kind of cold in LA. That's why I've got my tights on. Look at these tights. These tights are from Heaven and Hell, the brand. They're so cute. Anyway, that's not relevant. So also, while I write today, I want to just throw some tips at you for writing. If you're a new writer, if you're a young writer, then maybe the advice I share throughout this video will resonate with you. But first things first, first thing during the day when I know I'm going to dedicate the day to writing, but also just in general, I really try to be consistent with this. I'm going to do my morning pages. Now, this is an idea that I got from the book The Artist's Way, which I really recommend checking out if you're an artist, for sure. I really recommend, if you're an artist, but especially if you're a writer, to journal every single day if you can. It doesn't have to be in the morning, but I think the morning is the most productive time to journal because when you wake up, your mind is already racing, at least mine is. So trying to get all of those thoughts out of my creative channel and just onto paper. This is basically a dumpster. Dumpster tour. No, for real. I feel like people put so much pressure on journaling to be good because we all have this inner critic, right? That tells us that it matters what we're doing all the time, especially for women. We are always performing, you know, in a way, and that can really disrupt your authenticity. So journaling for me is a way to get everything out of my system, and I know nobody's going to read it except for me. And I think a lot of people don't journal because they think it needs to be significant, or it needs to mean something, or it needs to be inherently poetic, and it doesn't at all, because you're the only one reading it, and if you're the only one reading it, then you're the only one critiquing it. And why are you critiquing yourself? Why are you critiquing yourself, babe? It's just a journal. So anyway, writing in a journal every single day is essential. And it doesn't even need to be about your feelings. Like, I feel like people always think, oh, it needs to be about my feelings. It definitely can be. I know a lot of my journal entries are like that, but it can also just be about literally anything at all. It could be a grocery list. It could be doodles. It could be stickers. I could show you some quick examples. Or it could be collages. I collage sometimes. This is just leftover wrapping paper and magazine little papers that I ripped out and threw in here. It could be, I use a lot of stickers. as well. It could be random doodles. It could be random thoughts. This one's a little more sad. I'm not gonna show you that one. Also, I think people think that journal entries are all inherently sad because a lot of people only reach for their journal whenever they're sad, and it doesn't have to be that way either. I really want you and me to practice just writing for the sake of writing, not because you even necessarily have anything to say. It could be songwriting, it could be song lyrics that speak to you, it could be a review of the latest book you read, it could be literally anything. So this is your dumpster. Take your dumpster, dump everything into it, and who knows, maybe throughout your journaling, you'll come up with a really great creative idea. Or I know that's happened to me a lot, where I'll just be doing a regular journal entry and then somewhere along the way it turns into a poem. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do my morning pages. I just like word vomited how I feel about journaling. So anyway, grab your journal and journal with me if you'd like. Essential writing tip: you have to have a candle lit while you write. For the mood, okay? This is spiced apple toddy and it smells like heaven. Caleb got me this as a gift. Caleb's not here. I know you probably couldn't tell. Caleb's not here because he's at work. And when he's at work, I get to work. Write my little tootie off. Do you guys like these home vlogs? I sure hope you do, because I'm doing it. Alright, where should I put her? Little pro tip, if you're a witchy girl and a writer, and you hate having to like, when you open your journal and it like wants to close, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't stay open. I take a crystal that's kind of heavy and I just put it there, and it helps me when I'm writing for it to just stay put. I'm adding this sticker to my journal because this gives Aurora vibes. You know the artist Aurora? I'm seeing Aurora in concert tomorrow, so that's what I'm writing about. How excited I am for that show. Okay, here's an example of one of my journal pages, the one I just did. And this isn't even necessarily about my feelings. This is just about someone else entirely. And there's doodles, stickers, song lyrics, literally anything. Do not limit yourself. Look at these little babies. Look at these little babies. They're so tired from doing nothing. Also, this is the vibe today. This is the only music I've been listening to for days now. Calm beyond the castle walls, relaxing medieval music melodies. This is where I am in my head. An essential part of a writer's daily life is writer's fuel. AKA, I'm going to make a snack plate for some brain food. Step 1, grab a plate. Step 2, I recently bought these blood red little mini goblets. They're so cute. I'm gonna put that in the middle for a dipping situation. First, I'm going to add cucumber. Then I'm going to add some pear. Then I'm going to add some pepper jack cheese cubes. Next, I'm going to add some ham. I love ham. I'm a big fan of ham, to say. I wish I could be a non-meat eater, but the body wants what the body wants. It doesn't have to look fabulous, but I'm gonna try to make it look fabulous. I'm going to add some plantain chips. You know, I was gonna put peanut butter in here to dip, but now I think I want to put potato salad actually instead, just to separate it from everything else. Potato salad is one of my favorite foods. And a little more. I'm gonna add just a bit more. Yum. I'm going to add some classic trail mix. Trying not to make a mess right now. And for the main event, I made a broccoli kale coleslaw I'm gonna add on the side. Doesn't this just look so yum? Me trying not to have the foods touch, but that's kind of impossible with a snack plate. Yum. All right. Voila. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have our delicious snack plate. I have to give credit to this TikToker. What's her name? I think her name is Alyssa. I'll put her username on the screen so you can go follow her. She makes these incredible snack plates, and it's literally like she is the sole reason why I discovered how I like to eat the best. Like, this takes girl dinner to like a whole new level. I like to graze. I'm essentially a cow and I want to graze. So first bite, potato salad. Rider's fuel. Cheers. Yes. Cucumber. I encourage you to make a snack plate before you write a poem, or you could write a poem about snack plates. Broccoli, kale, coleslaw. That's so good. With having no kitchen in my studio apartment, I've been having to get really creative with meals because eating out every day in LA is just not sustainable. Like, do y'all know how expensive it is to live here? Pear. Pear is so underrated. I'm making a little, kind of like pig in a blanket, but not really, with ham and pepper jack cheese. Creativity is endless. You can be creative in a million ways, even in the meals you make. Trail mix and plantain chips. I'm gonna eat all this and then we're gonna sit down and write, okay? Also, I thought I was allergic to cucumbers for the longest time because I'm allergic to melons, okay? I'm allergic to melons. I know, like watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. It's not a crazy reaction. I just break out in hives. And I ate cucumber one time and that happened, but then recently I accidentally ate cucumber and it didn't happen, so a whole new door opened up for me, and now I eat cucumbers all the time, as of the past like month. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I have been writing a lot more than I have been the past few months. I think I'm approaching this not differently, but with no pressure, I guess. Like, no pressure to release it to you guys or read it to anybody, make some big kind of overarching project, especially after my album release, which took a lot of my creativity and it took a lot out of me. Not in a bad way, but just was curating the visuals and the whole world of Metamorphosis to be released to you guys. And I think this time I'm just kind of writing and seeing what happens and seeing where it goes. I did have a really awesome studio session with Elliot, the producer of Metamorphosis, the other day in Topanga, and we did a little recording of a poem, but I don't know when it's gonna see the light of day. My inspiration has been coming in a lot of different ways, different than usual. Okay, but I say all of that to say I'm going to sit down and try to write a new poem right now. And writing poetry for me goes one of two ways. It's either I get the bare bones of the poem accomplished, and I sit and I go in and I edit and I touch it up and I polish it as close to perfection as I can get it. And I definitely struggle with some poems more than others. And this is kind of the longer process, the longer way of me to write. The second way that I write poetry is me just straight up channeling. There's been some poems of mine where I write them and I don't edit them at all, and they just come out how they should the first time. That's a bit more rare. It's usually the first way where I'm just editing for hours and hours and hours to get it just right. And I implore you, whenever you're writing, you'll know when the poem is finished. You'll know when it's complete. So try not to overthink it and really listen to your intuition. Keep chipping at the stone until the sculpture reveals itself to you and the picture is fully formed. So I say that is another long-winded way of me saying the poem I'm going to be writing today, the idea of it is sprouting from these random notes I have in my notes app. Sometimes I'll hear a word or I'll come up with a phrase or a line that I want to jot down and use in a poem eventually. So this is an example of that nonsense, essentially. I'll read it to you, I guess. I'm gonna try to turn this into a more fully formed, structured poem. It's super random. Omnipresence is a coliseum. Sensitive, silent pleasantries. Red ribbon puppet strings. Silver-spooned beauty queen. Omega, the good ones always die. Like, what is that? It's just a bunch of nonsense. But I'm going to jot it down here in my docs and try to come up with something substantial. Omnipresence is a coliseum of sore riots, my scarlet ledger cleared by my defiance. Silver-spooned beauty queens, my opponent's expertise, that of sensitive silent pleasantries with red ribbon puppet strings. Squad. This is what I have so far. And, you know, in my notes, I didn't know what any of that was about. Like, all of that nonsense, like, what was that about? And upon expanding it and writing more on it, I realized I was talking about people pleasing. I am a resident people pleaser. I'm recovering, okay? I'm a recovering people pleaser. And this is what I have so far. It's not finished. I'm going to add more to it. But this is, I guess you could say, the first part of it. And I might change some things. This is not permanent. Omnipresence is a coliseum of sore riots. My scarlet ledger purified by defiance of silver-spooned beauty queens. My opponent's expertise, that of sensitive, silent pleasantries with red ribbon puppet strings. Ares demands my compliance. Ares is the god of war and courage. Ares demands my compliance. Fawning is a war that cannot be won. I am a mere forgotten dove that lost her voice, her choice quietly to violent poise. Boys placing bets on their dread and who they'd like to bed, believing its equivalence to golden trophy, wife of no one, friend to ghost hums. To what am I defined by, if not defeating a shinier, commanding foe? My spirit cannot digest another blow. That's all I have so far. I'm gonna add more. It's not finished, but it's the beginning of something. And beginnings should be celebrated just as much as endings, finishings, finish lines. So, yeah. Local park, about a 5-minute drive from the house. Yes, this is still a home vlog, okay? But like I've said, I live in a city. I'll show you some clips. I live in a city and I don't have a backyard, so we're just gonna pretend this is my backyard, even though in reality it is not, and I had to get in my car and drive 5 minutes to get here, but we'll just make pretend. It's okay. Do you see that little white dot on the mountains right there? That's the Hollywood sign. I don't have a fancy enough camera, so I can't zoom in anymore, but this is my city. My complicated, crazy, beautiful city. Guess who has a special box? Me. I just got a non-sponsored box from Future Society and I'm curious about it, so let's open it together. You know, I did give them my information on how to ship this to me, but I kind of forget what they're all about. I know they're perfume, but I think it's like different. It's like scents and fragrances and things. Anyways, we are Future Society. We relentlessly reject pessimism and reclaim optimism. Okay. Oh, I remember. So they create perfumes they renew the essence of extinct flowers and they put it in perfume. So all of these scents are extinct flower scents. That's the coolest thing ever. That's why I agreed to getting it sent to me. So this is a floating forest scented candle. This one is called Floating Forest. It's broken. No. It broke. The glass broke. But it smells really good. Maybe I can figure out how to still burn this safely. It smells like rain and mud, but in a good way. Well, moving on from the broken glass, which is now all in this box, we have hydrating body cream, same scent, Floating Forest. I love that scent. Okay, now we have a bunch of perfumes. So this one is called Grassland Opera. The origin flower is Orbexillum stipulatum. The last time one of these flowers was recorded was in 1812. This whole box just smells like nature. Ooh. Ooh, wait. Ooh, that is very floral. If you don't like floral, I don't know if you'll like this, but wow, that smells amazing. Ooh, I like this one more. Oh my gosh. I'm really bad at perfuming. Like, I don't know how to describe scents. Ooh, this one's called Invisible Woods. They sent me a lot. All of these smell so good. You're telling me nature did that? Of course she did. They also sent me Haunted Rose. Ooh, I bet this one just smells like rosy. Ooh! Oh, this one's my favorite. Thank you, Future Society, for sending me some goodies. I can't wait to try the body cream, and I'm gonna figure out this candle situation. All right, you guys, the last tip that I have for my writers is to read more. I know it seems simple, maybe a bit cliche, maybe a bit obvious, but reading helps expand your vocabulary. So I really encourage you guys to not only read, but to take notes as you're reading. If you stumble across a word that you don't know what it means, take a second to Google the definition and write it down. Annotate your favorite parts of whatever you're reading. Write down whatever thoughts come to you whenever you read. It will improve your writing a lot. This is what I'm currently reading. I'm slowly making my way through John Keats' poetry collection. This is a lot. It's like a crap ton of poetry, but I'm about halfway through. I'm hoping to finish by the end of the month, so I'm going to wait on Caleb to get home so we can make some dinner together, and then I'm just gonna read this until he gets home. He should be home any minute now. But thank you guys so much for spending time with me. God, this whole area just smells like flowers in the best way possible. I can't wait to wear all those perfumes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this home vlog. I know I did go to the park, but that was my backyard. It was my backyard. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.